All right, Realtors, what's up? Alex Cika here, and in this video, we are going to be discussing escrow disputes. In some transactions, these disputes arise when the buyer and the seller are no longer closing. Could happen for various reasons. It could be the buyer's fault, it could be the seller not wanting to close, but for whatever the reason, they are both fighting about the escrow when the deal is dead. So when that happens, who should the escrow money go to? Well, friends, that's not up to us, nor is it up to the brokerage or maybe the title company or attorney who's holding escrow. In order to figure out who it should go to, we need to get a little bit more information. If a title agent or an attorney's office is holding escrow, which is usually the case because many real estate brokerages, including ours, doesn't have escrow accounts, too much liability, then we really have two options. So the first method is mutual agreement, okay? With mutual agreement, it requires both parties, the buyer and the seller, to be on the same page and sign a release and cancellation form instructing that escrow agent on how to release the money. The escrow agent will never dictate who the money goes to, okay? It doesn't matter which side of the contract the buyer or the seller may have violated a term or breached the agreement. They're not going to step in and say, well, we're going to give the money to such and such because they deserve it. They won't do it. Too much liability on their part. They will insist that the buyers and the sellers sign that release and cancellation. Without it being signed, that money will just sit there in their escrow account. Sometimes just a little bit of time can make a difference. So maybe after a couple weeks, one of those two parties may have a change of heart and decide to release the money, or maybe they might agree later on down the road, whether it's 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it takes for them to cool down, that they can split it half and half. But whatever they do decide will need to be signed by both parties on the contract, buyers and sellers, and delivered to that escrow agent. Now, number two, the second method, that's a court order. Okay, that means that time has passed, they don't see eye to eye, neither one of them is going to give up that escrow money, they both want it, so they may hire attorneys or legal counsel and go that route. All the meanwhile, that escrow agent will just hold that escrow money right in their account, stay put until they get a court order instructing them on how to release the money. Once we're treading these escrow dispute waters as agents or realtors or brokers, we need to make sure we fall back, okay? We can't get too deeply involved. We're just part of the real estate transaction. And once that real estate transaction is closed or no longer happening, there is not much else we can do. So just keep that in mind because you don't want to cross any lines or boundaries where you can get yourself into trouble. All right, so now in the event a real estate broker is holding escrow, we have a different protocol altogether. In those instances where a real estate brokerage is holding escrow, we would file an EDO, otherwise known as an escrow disbursement order. What that means is the broker will file with the commission, FREC, and FREC will get involved and investigate the situation. They will then determine and instruct the escrow brokerage on how to release those funds. So you can see the difference between a real estate broker holding your escrow and a title company and or attorney's office holding escrow. Here's a good little note for listing agents. If you find yourself in this situation, just know that even though there is an ongoing escrow dispute, that will not affect your seller's ability to remarket the property and go under contract again, okay? That previous escrow dispute or ongoing escrow dispute is a separate issue and will not affect them from moving forward with the new transaction. Another fast and concise video for you. I hope this clears up those ugly escrow dispute situations If you thought the information in here was juicy, go ahead and smash the like button. If you want to stay updated with this content, go ahead and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll catch you on the next video. Level up and adios.